He back, yeah, nigga had Carmen Electra, Madonna. Like, come on, Chuck, don't do that.
I'm just
Chuck, son. Yo, Chuck is a G, bro. Chuck be shooting shots, fam.
So he thought it was strictly Dickley.
He thought he was strictly. Damn, son. But nah, yeah, it's just. So I always like to cover, like, to see the deeper, darker criminal league stories. Pimpin', I kind of love. Pimpin' was damn. But it could be some psychological shit just because being behind Mike. He's been behind Mike's shadow since he came into the league. But that whole pouting and not coming into the game,
yeah,
that shit was nuts. But Pimpin's psyche is different. I can't really, because that shit. I know that shit fucks with you being behind such a shadow like a Michael Jordan. Yeah. But it's all nuts, man. All these grown ass millionaire men with some petty man. Listen, Horace Grant. I wish this nigga Horace Grant. You too big not to just be like yo. But then again, you don't lose your job. So I guess Mike had clout. He said this nigga Mike, after one game, was on the airplane and told the stewardess, nah, don't feed Horace. He ain't doing enough to get food. He ain't doing enough today in the game.
Shannon said, I'd have whipped Mike's ass.
Udonis Haslam said, yo, it would have been some issues.
Well, I can't
I agree. What?
Fuck him.
You done this?
Yeah. Udonis Haslam said, Udonis and Shannon both said they whooped that motherfucker. They'd have been some furniture moving. I can't eat. The fuck? Fuck this nigga right here. Yeah, that's some wild shit.
You see Mike snitching on camera with his man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to bring that up. Yo, you think he faithful one woman? He ain't. Man.
Right.
See it, boy.
Right.
He like M. He like M. Come on, M.
Right. Right, but the answer to that is he's still the GOAT. He's still the best. He's still the best.
Right, man. Damn. Like, yo.
This nigga's nuts. I'm talking about the human being. I ain't talking about the basketball player.
Right.
Corny ass, whack motherfucker. That's what he is. That wear hoop earrings. Both ears, don't he?
I ain't gonna lie. I just laughed when them tears came after if they don't like how I play. Did you see this? I'm like, nah, he ain't do that shit.
Michael.
I choked on my L, nigga. Like, yo, what? They don't like how I play. They just don't like how I play. Nigga.
That's Mike J.
Okay. That was...
That's Mike
beat me.
Man.
That's Mikey J for you.
I want to see a doc like that on the Dallas Cowboys, nigga. The 90s Dallas Cowboys. It was some real shit. Man. And it got to be on HBO and Showtime. I want to see that one.
Brought to you by Coke. Them niggas was getting high. What?
Fair.
Yeah. That shit gonna be live. Fair. That should be live. Dallas Cowboys. I watched that. Watched that one. They haven't done one on them yet on the 90s Cowboys?
I don't think so, nope.
I don't believe so. Nope. Yeah, that'd be a good one right there. But I don't know, man. I guess from this doc, what I got from it is just that the other generation. I mean, I think they it's too much said about how tough it was and how tough the East was in the 90s, and I'm like, Reggie Miller and the Davis boys and Ewing and Starks was the competition. This was who Jordan Pippen. Horace Grant, Jordan Pippen, Robin, and Kukoc had to go against, and I just don't know. The toughest competition they had was in '98. Really, when they faced the Pacers, that was the most loaded team, as far as I'm concerned, that they had to face in the playoffs. Who they had to face? I mean, by the time they beat the Pistons, them niggas was tired.
Right. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
Isaiah Thomas 6'1", getting slammed around, got a guard Magic, 6'9".
Yo, he don't see that. Real quick, Amir. Yo, that man needs his respect, man. I'm sorry, he don't get his respect. And
Isaiah,
yeah, okay, man. As a player, nigga. Scoring 25 on a broken ankle. You know what I'm saying? They would have had 3 if he ain't fuck his ankle up.
Yeah.
They check 4 times in a row.
Yeah, you talking Chuck's talk now. You talking that Piston talk.
Nah, man. Yeah, all I need is respect as a player, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at though, man. It's like the other generation. I just think they play it up too much that these players couldn't play in that generation. I'm like, those players couldn't play in this. You see how petty they are? Imagine that shit being on First Take Undisputed every day, hour on hour. They talk about the topic sometimes 3 times in one show. Mm-hmm. We coming back at 11 and talking about it again that we just talked about at 10:30. So yeah, Chuck. It was
always with me like if a nigga wasn't better than somebody, they would hack you and file you. Okay, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
Somebody who like, yo, they tough in the 80s and blah, blah, blah. You play a pickup game like that, you'll be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, play for real. If you can't play, get off the court. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like a weird psyche to me. Like, they was bullies and niggas wasn't really doing shit. They was throwing balls. You know what I'm saying?
Being a bully don't mean you ain't pussy.
Right. Right. That's perfect.
Bullies.
That's perfect for it. That's the perfect line for it.
Actually, bullies are probably the most pussiest motherfuckers.
That's true.
Yeah, niggas mad. Well, LeBron couldn't play in this league. Well, technically he couldn't. That means to say Jordan really couldn't fuck with it either because they changed the rules and called it the Jordan rules. Did they not? Did they change the rules to make it to make it more for jump shooters because Mike was going through shit? Am I bugging?
No, I never heard of the Kobe or LeBron rules. I mean, I heard of Hack a Shaq, but that didn't benefit Shaq.
Come on, man.
Sent them to the free throw line. Yeah. Yeah. And again, if you want to be called Jordan the GOAT, Jordan was
I get it.
Great.
I get it. It just amazes me what people don't leave out and would choose to put in to make their case valid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's GOATs for every era, man. Everybody great. Mike great, LeBron great, Kobe great, like everybody great in their own era, in their own time. All this comparison bullshit, fam.
Speaking of eras, man, in music, Chuck, you have anything to add on to that? What you think about? No, but speaking of you know what I'm saying though, different generations and different things though, man. A legend. Shut up, Pete. A legend passed though, man. Richard Penniman, known as Richard, passed. The
original of the Lows.
The original RuPaul passed. And I mean, look, man, rock and roll, great, man. You know, great songs. And some songs, you know, obviously we know the meanings now as we're older, and we figure out that you know, certain songs different certain meanings. But I don't know, man. It's just hard for me sometimes because I don't want to get on these people like they do with like R. Kelly's and you know other people, even like a Bill Cosby who's not in music though, and we got to talk about everything they did that was bad, and we can't talk about that, but everything that white people do, we talk about, you know, all the good, and then their bad becomes only a footnote. And so, you know, in y'all opinion, man, what do y'all think his legacy should be of? One of his music or one of, you know, what he was doing the Tutti Frutti to, man? Your thoughts?
I mean, I would say both. You know what I mean? It's, you know.
That's okay.
Yeah, man. I say both. I mean, I wasn't a big Little Richard fan.
Okay.
Actually, when I say I wasn't big, I wasn't a fan at all. I you know, of course I heard Tutti Frutti and you know, but I never, you know, I mean, I was never. Oh shit!
You're also 30-something, Chuck. You're not. You ain't.
It ain't Usher.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? You wasn't in the bopping back in the day, bro. You was.
But yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. That is both. I don't know, because it's like, I guess it, you know, it always comes back. It's like sort of the accountability thing that we go to. Like, at what measure do we hold these people accountable, and what measure do we do it in public with their image as far as black people? Because they don't do it to theirs that much.
I'm gonna say this. Until we can have a real conversation about accountability for everybody, and niggas don't pick and choose, just like I was saying in the last conversation. Then we can have that conversation about Lil Richards. Until then, I'm gonna give him props for his musical contribution, because the nigga did get robbed during the day. He got shitted on. White people took his music, tried to duplicate it, all his shit. Shout out to Michael Jackson for buying up everybody's rights and then giving Lil Richard his publishing so he could eat off for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? So, because the man got robbed a whole lot by music. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Elvis Presleys, the motherfucking, I can go on and on. The Pat Robinsons, whatever, the Pat Boone nigga.
Pat Boone, yep.
Redid his track. You know what I'm saying? And Pat Boone had the nerve to say, I was good for him and he was good for me. This was recent, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. So, musically, we celebrate the man. He did a lot musically, and he got shitted on. He never got his props for it. So, until y'all ready to have a real conversation, I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that joint, man. We'll deal with our own in private, man. Fuck them. Because that's what they do. It's like, you know what I mean? You're not going, you know, we can deal with our own how we do it, but nah, fuck that, because they don't do that. I mean, that's the entertainment industry. So if y'all gonna call out our brothers and sisters, y'all gotta call out your own. If not, fuck that. We're not the law. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what's going on. So it is what it is. Because you know, it wasn't, but like I said, shout out to Lil Richard. Rest in peace, man. Rock and roll legend. And like you said, shout out to Michael Jackson for what he did and buying that white folk shit and paying back the black folks that was owed that shit. Y'all get the all right. You're right. It happened. Jilly from Philly, Miss Badu, had the was that even a battle? That was not a battle, fellas?
That was not a battle.
Was that a battle? But it was petty. It did have some pettiness. Oh, I don't think when she played If You Got Me, and then she played and it was like she was trying.
That was playing, bro.
Oh, sis, that's pettiness though. Oh, sis,
nah,
I think it was playing pettiness.
Nah.
God, sis. Oh, sis. Well, I love the fact that you did it. And guess what? I'm gonna play the same shit because it's my shit. And I'm gonna play the live
Jill
version.
Scott wrote it, nigga. Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
Well, she played it right after. Wait, come on, man. We gotta have
that was the plan, son. How you going? How when you not play? Because what you gonna put? They both gotta play it. What you gonna put that up against? You can't do that when one person wrote. You wrote this verse, and then I thought it was dope because Shorty played. That was her very first performance ever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So. I think Erykah still kind of won that because you can still hear like the jitteriness and the nervousness in her voice as she was singing, but they killed it, man. Come on, man.
Oh, you can say who won, but it was petty in that. Oh, that was petty.
It was petty, man.
I love that, man. Listen, man, we ain't gonna let this be a complete love fest. We doing the verses.
Why not, nigga? Let it be a love fest.
Fuck that.
Two queens. Sexy ass queens. I love you, queens.
That's all.
Erykah Badu and Jill. It was dope though. The culture.
It was definitely good though. Did y'all check out the background that Erykah had?
Yeah, that was ill. That was
Bruce Lee.
That was ill.
She had a Bruce Lee background.
Yeah, fam.
Okay.
You got to check it out. You check it out,
bro. I've been disconnected. I have not.
Yo, you got to turn the Family Matters off, bro.
like when I say that's the only thing I've been watching, that's the only thing I've been watching.
All right. So before I get to the next topic, speak. What made you start binge watching Family Matters?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. There's nothing that sparked it. I don't know. I can't even give you an answer, bro.
All right, man. I was. Do y'all even want to talk about Lizzo?
Nah, man. I don't even know why you
skip. It was one of those things where it was like right simultaneous with the whole battle thing, and it was just like I don't know. Y'all skip over Lizzo. Fuck Lizzo.
Man, is
Respect,
Nah,
but
not really, but but yeah, let's